What is going on, guys? In the shop today we got James's 2019 Honda Rancher 420. He's brought plenty of things for me to snorkel, some of the Aces, some of the RS1s, Razors, everything. So he just picked this up as a little play toy to kind of hit the trails. We used to run Big Bears back in the day, the 400 with the RS and everything, and we just had fun on the smaller bikes. So that's what we're gonna kind of get back into. You know, I just had a Rancher. I sold the Rancher 350 project, and now I'm looking to get another 420. But so far on this one, we're just going to add a 2-inch lift kit to it, and we are going to be installing a snorkel. So it's going to kind of be a walkthrough. It's very basic, your same old Honda, you know, solid rear axle, got some vent lines, some other things to check it out for. There's plenty of stuff online with it too. So it's kind of, some of it's going to be repetitive, but I mean, it's just real basic. Really the nicer way to do it is put the hole right here. I usually like a center snorkel, but unless I can make it work right here, which I could, but we'll see, we'll go from there. Okay, so the first parts we're going to hit on are just the vent lines and some of the sensors. For vent lines, real quick, you've got a rear diff right there that's going to come up and then just dead end into the frame, or the plastic part there. You also have the rear drum brake that's going to dead into the plastic on this side. You have the fuel gas tank that's going to wrap around, come around this side, and actually go around to the front and empty out into the frame right there. Then you also have the weep hole for the coolant right there. In the front here, we have the front diff that usually goes in that hole there, but I pulled it out because, I mean, they're pretty tiny little vent lines there. You got the fan, which is the clear tube there, and then the coolant overflow, which is that right there. As far as sensors go, you ever kind of all know about the rollover sensor, which is that one right there. We'll take it apart, fill it up with silicone so it doesn't roll over and tip the sensor. Of course, you've got your spark plug there. I really try not to get too close to the computer with dielectric grease and everything, just because I've never pulled one apart and it was still dirty. We got a bunch of sensors and relays in here. I'm about to pull the Airbox out and silicone that up. You also have the O2 sensor right there that we can delete for that O2 sensor there. We're not going to do that just yet due to just factory exhaust and everything. So let's go ahead and get started on removing the Airbox and pulling all that off. Kind of interesting on some of the new Hondas here. I don't know if I've just never snorkeled a brand new one or if this is the stuff that's always kind of on there, but it's always dried up by the time I get there. So it's almost like they just take kind of a glue. I kind of peeled this off right here, like a little silicone glue, whatever, to just help the boot stick. So I'm not sure yet if I'm going to go ahead and peel all that off or just silicone over it, but pretty interesting. Second thought, definitely going to get rid of it. It's just too fresh and too new, and anytime it moves you can see it already kind of peeling up, so all that glue's got to go. It just peels right off super easy. And the silicone I use on all my stuff is the GE window and Type 2 window and door, 100% silicone. That's exactly what it looks like. Be sure you get in black. Good stuff. Peels off easy, it works, it's flexible, it holds strong. Next you're going to just kind of rough up the areas we're going to add that silicone, and then you're going to put it in all the grooves right here real nice and put it down in there. When you put it down in there, make sure you got these little alignment tabs that's going to fit perfectly in there. And then I also still, once that's happened, I go around and I add a bead around to the top of it and then kind of blend it into the Airbox there. I'll show you a little after picture here in a second. Okay, and here's the finished product after I put the silicone on there. Of course, it's all in every lip. And I do this, it does kind of look like an overkill, but I do this to kind of bond everything together as one. There is a lot of weight after the snorkel gets put on this one here. And so with this and kind of going down and around and also up onto there, it forces, it will pull everything kind of nice and tight and all in kind of one piece per se. So, and I used to smooth it out with my finger and like make it real nice, but I kind of like the rigidity of it, so might do it. Never had one come apart. Still running silicone on that one after all these years and never had to redo it. So it's still holding up great due to that same concept right there. So all we're doing on the rollover sensor is I just take it apart. You pretty much got to kind of bust it apart. It kind of sucks that it's a brand new piece, but you bust it apart and then you just kind of silicone up. There you go. Kind of seeing there, I just put a big old dab of silicone on the bottom put it in there and let it dry. So where this thing now is just not moving, because on that wheel it just glides back and forth, which then if you roll over too far, it makes contact on those 3 points right there, which would then turn it off. So make sure that it is in this position. Go back to this, silicone up around the edges of that O-ring, and then slap it back in there. And that's all you got to do the rollover sensor. And so with this being a brand new bike, it's got the new air filter in there, it's clean, it's ready to go, it's going to last a while. So I always just silicone on the airbox lid. Like I said, this silicone here is nice to just still be able to get off, so it's definitely worth it to not worry about it. If you do sink it, you're going to be doing a lot more than just worrying about a little bit of silicone on the airbox lid. And we're wrapping up with the Honda 420. Everything went smooth. It's just a Honda, you know, one snorkel, a couple of vent lines, dielectric grease, some stuff. The only thing I'm going to do different is I'm actually going to take this back off and have a plate made, because I just don't, it's just too wobbly really with it right there, and I just don't like it coming back to the airbox, even though it's kind of secured. But all new vent lines running up. Well, they're all new vent lines, but tied in black rubberized vent lines. These things are doing great. They're holding up well. Nothing's split. Nothing's drying out on those. But I tied the rear diff and the front diff together. The rollover sensor is siliconed. The airbox is all siliconed up, sealed up. Thing tested perfectly. Also got the 2-inch lift kit put on there. I went with the Highlifter 2-inch lift kit, and it turned out very nice. Make a solid bracket all the way across with a little bracket on the back side. It's a 2-inch lift. I thought I was going to have, because I built the Snorkel first and then the lift kit came in today, and so I thought I was going to have some clearance issues, but as you can see there, it's just fine, fits just nice, perfectly. So let me pull off this shroud real quick and we'll look at the underside of it. And here's what we're running underneath. Just got a, I believe that's a 60 to 60 coming up, kind of hugging the motor, so you got some heat tape on there to the Fernco, and then routed up to the front there. I'm not even sure what I used. It was actually the first try I put one in there. A couple 45s, as you saw from the lift kit there. That's pretty much it. So actually, what do we got here? We've got a 45 to a 45 to a 60, and then it goes to the male and female couplers. Everything is bed lined. Everything is dielectric greased, ready to roll. Also a shot of the rear lift kit there. These are the 28-inch Outlaw 3s on the MSA cores, 14s. So now, I mean, with a little bit of trimming back here, he could have went with a bigger tire for sure. But you know, it's going to turn them great. It's going to be turning them great all the time in anything. So can't wait to see what this little thing does. The lift kit made a difference, not a huge difference like I was expecting. But they also make arch lower A-arms for this thing that he might get later on. So I think the Snorkel turned out well. I mean, we usually ride and stuff over the handlebars all the time, so this is actually kind of short. But it's going to raise it up a couple inches when I put that plate on there. What do you guys think? You guys like the blue? You like the tires? Snorkel? But that's it for this one. Next time you'll see this will hopefully be in action. So thank y'all very much for watching. Stay tuned for more.